You're listening to Thom Hartmann. Visit thomhartmann.com for audio and video archives.
And welcome back. And now we go to our correspondent in Seattle, Mark Taylor-Canfield. Hey, Mark, press freedom?
Hi, Tom. Yes, as executive director for the nonprofit news organization Democracy Watch News, which you can check out at democracywatchnews.org, we're very concerned about press freedom issues in the U.S. Trump's statements calling the press the enemy of the people is counter to the very foundations of democracy. And as I've reported on your show, our country is currently ranked 55th in the world in terms of press freedom on the World Press Freedom Index by Reporters Without Borders, a fact that the vast majority of the media in the U.S. refuses to report and may be one of the most censored news stories of our time. But Reporters Without Borders releases their new rankings on the World Press Freedom Index every May 3rd on World Press Freedom Day as designated by the United Nations. And I am sure that under the anti-press Trump administration, the U.S. ranking will drop even lower. And then after seeing the Washington Post blocking the endorsement of Vice President Kamala Harris during the election and the recent resignation of Pulitzer Prize-winning cartoonist Ann Talnes, I'm worried that a lot of the corporate media is just cozying up to Trump, which is not their job.
Yeah.
Tom, the fourth and fifth estates need to play an adversarial role and hold our leaders accountable, not try to placate them to gain their approval. As Walter Cronkite said, freedom of the press is not just important to democracy, it is democracy. And Thomas Jefferson, who was often slandered and attacked by the Federalist press, said famously, "Were it left to me to decide whether we should have a government without newspapers or newspapers without a government, I should not hesitate a moment to prefer the latter."
Right. You said the fourth and fifth estates. What's the fifth estate?
Yes. The fifth estate is what we would call bloggers and
social media.
What Reporters Without Borders would call them netizens, people who spend a lot of their time sharing information on social networking platforms. And of course, we know what Zuckerberg is doing with Facebook and the pullbacks on their diversity and their anti-hate speech. But I wanted to let you know also that in Seattle, we're hosting a very large march sponsored by the annual Women's March organization. And during the first Trump administration, they had 120,000 people out on the street here in Seattle. So I'm sure it's going to be big. And it's also ironic that Trump is being inaugurated on Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Yes, that's
quite So I'm sure that our march here is going to be huge because of that, too, because people are fed up. They want to speak out and they want to support justice and democracy in this country, not billionaires and oligarchy, which is kind of the way we seem to be headed right now.
Yeah, I get it. Reporters Without Borders, do they or any of the other groups that you affiliate yourself with or know of, Mark, have any specific plans to deal with what appear to be Trump's plans to use our libel and defamation laws against independent media and writers?
Well, the Committee to Protect Journalists, which is another great advocacy group for journalists around the world, is ready with their legal staff to take these on. And they do have legal assistance for reporters who might be under subpoena or might, be feeling that kind of pressure. In Democracy Watch News, we are a nonprofit, and we know that Trump is going after nonprofits that he disagrees with or who disagree with him, which is definitely, we speak a lot about press freedom. And so, of course, we might be a target. So we're getting ready for that as well.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, same here. Mark Taylor-Canfield. Mark, thanks. Thanks a lot. Great to hear from you, as always.
Thanks, Tom.
Appreciate it.
Keep up the good work, Tom.
You too, my friend. 49 minutes past the hour. About 10 minutes before the hour, actually. I'll be right back with you in just a minute.